Leave your hope at the door. And what you're about to see is not a tragedy. It is an inevitability. I am only here to show you how it was built. So observe this specimen. Look at this individual. Look closely at the micro-expressions of a hollow soul. This is a believer who has never spent a single night in prayer, a warrior who has never bled for anything but their own ego. The specimen wears an emerald green robe, but look at the collar. It's stiff, uncomfortable, a costume bought from a digital marketplace to hide the emptiness beneath. Observe the mechanics of this species. This is a digital golem, a creature built from Macedonian server scraps and high-octane adrenaline. They hold that wooden cross like a club, but if you look at the grain, it's cracking. It's leaking binary code, not spirit. This specimen uses Christianity as a hollow shield, blowing hot air at a digital lens and hoping you're too desperate, too isolated, to notice the trick. The predator has no spirit, only a script provided by a troll farm. But watch the turning point. When you actually challenge this specimen with a single fact, the bubble of their argumentation pops like a condom in a summer night. Messy, quick, and leaving nothing behind but an embarrassing, sticky silence. They shout for war, but their armor is made of cheap plastic. Some call it belonging without believing. I call it a game of robes played by internet apostles. It's a barbaric masterpiece of modern branding. They've hijacked the cross because it's a convenient logo, a shorthand for us versus them. They've stripped the faith of its soul and turned it into a cultural brand. Think about the technology inflection here. They aren't interested in the difficult parts, the mercy, the discipline, the civilized behavior. No, they want the thin Christianity. It's an identity shield. It requires no moral commitment, only a target. It's a classic gap and trap strategy. They create a massive cultural gap and then trap the terrified, lonely masses inside a fort made of hollow Bibles and recycled hate. Their only god is the algorithm, and the algorithm demands blood. They aren't in the pews on Sunday morning, they're at the bar on Saturday night, plotting. But let's not blame it all on the faceless trolls. That would be too easy. Observe the more dangerous breed, the right-wing politicians and fame-hungry narcissists, and the pathetic right-wing clout-chasers. They have realized that God is the ultimate campaign donor. These aren't anonymous bots. These are people with names, faces, and expensive haircuts. They use this godless crusade as a ladder to advance their own ignorant agendas. They don't care about the theology. They care about the market share. They'll quote a verse they found on a bumper sticker to win over a demographic they secretly despise. It's an unprecedented demand for attention. They wrap their policies in the flag and their hatred in the cross, performing a choreographed dance of piety for the cameras while their bank accounts rocket toward the stratosphere. They aren't leading a movement, they are milking a cow. They are the human opportunists who have realized that a fake prayer is worth more than a real policy. Now, let's talk about their favorite pastime, picking raisins from a rotten cake. These predators love to scream about sin when it targets someone they already despise. They'll bark about same-sex marriage being an abomination because they found one line in Leviticus. But let's look at the order book of that same book, shall we? Ignorant. The same laws they weaponize also forbid eating shellfish. So, goodbye to that shrimp cocktail at the fundraiser. It forbids wearing clothes made of blended fibers. So, throw away that polycotton blend suit, you warrior of faith. It even demands that you shall not bear false witness against your neighbour and commands you to speak the truth to one another and stop lying. Do they follow those? Of course not. That would require effort. Instead, they ignore 1,000 greater sins while obsessing over the one that lets them be a bully. They treat the Bible like a buffet, and they're only here for the salt and the vinegar. And when you catch them in this blatant lie, they retreat into the ultimate right-wing safe haven, whataboutism. They don't answer the charge. They just point a shaking finger at someone else and scream. It's a primitive deflection. In their crusader zeal, they don't even understand the basic hardware of civilization. They can't or won't tell the difference between an individual's actions and the incitement against an entire group. To them, everyone they dislike is a monolith. They scream about freedom while demanding the right to persecute. It's a total system failure of the intellect. They use the law as a shield for themselves and a sword for everyone else, never realizing that a sword without a handle only cuts the one who swings it. This is the most ignorant part. They build an alternative truth out of pure, thin air. But try to ask them for a real answer. Try to challenge their holy war with logic, with science, or even with their own sacred texts. There is no answer. The claimant vanishes like a wistful fart in the desert. No scent, no sound, just a bit of dust settling where someone was shouting truth a second ago. They sow the poison and run home to their anonymity before they ever have to justify a single wretched word. Don't be the weak hands that fund this farce. I shall remain here watching the smoke rise from the ruins. This air smells like incense and cheap industrial desperation. You have been watching the Urban Predator Files. Subscribe to the inevitable, or remain as the blind fuel for the collapse. The choice is yours, but remember, the void is hungry, and it prefers those who don't see it coming. Stay civilized if you think it helps.